welcome to another episode of Ultimate Final Fantasy, the Ultimate Final Fantasy Podcast. I am Joe.
I am Caleb.
And today we are going to be talking about another 2 episodes of Dad of Light, our Final Fantasy XIV Netflix series. That's 8 episodes long, and we are doing episodes 5 and 6. Dad's Secret and The Truth.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get into any of that, where are you in Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles? My life as a king.
I own it, and it is installed, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's installed. So we have it.
So you're pretty far in. I can see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Haven't touched it yet.
Okay.
Have you?
I have not touched it either.
Okay.
I went home, right, and I had all my systems hooked up to my television, but not the Wii. I did not have the Wii hooked up to my television, and this week's been kind of crazy, and so I did not play it either. And I had this feeling that you were not playing it. So I allowed myself to be a lazy piece of shit and not do it. You are getting married next week, and then you are going on a honeymoon after that. What do you think?
Probably a couple weeks.
Okay.
Because, yeah, this week I'll probably play Skyrim until I finish it, and then if I get that done sooner, which I don't think I will, because I'm going to try to play as much side shit as I can, because I have the ultimate version of it, so I kind of want to do some of that stuff since it was bought for me. And then, yeah, I'm going to be gone for about a week, and then I'm going to come back, and it's going to be Friday. I'm going to work, and then I'll have Saturday off, so I don't know. If I could one-shot it in one day, but I don't think I can.
It's 20 hours long, no. It's not going to happen. So, okay, we'll just be delayed again. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll probably be moving the week that you're on your honeymoon anyway, so.
That'll work then.
That'll work, and then we'll be Skyping this shit.
Yeah, it'll be just like that one month and a half period or whatever.
It won't be just like that. I don't think so. I think we'll both have the zoom out with the little pop filter, because we both have that, and the episodes are going to sound great.
Yeah, that's true. It'll sound a lot better than it did.
Yeah.
I'm just worried about delay between us. Although
I did it. I did the couple interviews, Lycan of Light, and then that Cameron guy for Nude Clan, and it lined up just fine.
Did it?
Yeah, and those were 2 separate tracks, so it lines up just fine, and it's really not a big deal. So that'll be interesting, Schweiss. That'll be fun. I mean, hopefully I get a place. I'm going to be a little bit homeless for a little bit.
Yeah, just a little homeless.
Just a little homeless.
That's all right. Everybody in the place you're going kind of looks a little homeless.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You'll fit right in.
Well, I'm trying not to look homeless, but it will technically be homeless for a little while. I'll be staying with my brother-in-law's cousin.
Oh, will you?
Or I'm staying in a hostel. I haven't decided what I want to do. I haven't decided whether or not I want to take someone's help or not. But either way, I'll probably be leaving 2 days after your wedding. So,
nice.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah. Still got a lot of games left, so.
Yeah, we do.
Got some heavy podcasting to do.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll do a history of Square Enix next week or something. That'll probably be something better to do. Yesterday we did your bachelor party though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. I have 15 wounds on the left or the right side of my body from the paintballs.
Yeah. We went paintballing and then we went to Top Golf.
Yeah.
Is that a chain? Is that everywhere?
I'm not sure if it's everywhere, but there are multiples. There's one down here in Provo, so.
So we did that, and then Schweiss drank a little bit. He didn't go crazy. And then And then what'd you do at the Top Golf place?
It was like a 3-pound burger or something like that, almost.
Yeah, I think it was more than 3 pounds.
Yeah, they said it was...
I think the burger was 3 pounds. Like
well, I
the
think
hamburger part.
They said it was 40 ounces, which is technically 2 pounds and 8 ounces. But I don't know, man. That was a lot. That was the most full I've ever been in my life. And we had a 3-pound burrito in Vegas one time. And I was more full from this burger by like a lot.
Well, you also drank a bunch of beer before you consumed the food challenge that was the burger.
Yeah.
And then the waiter taunted you, or one of the waiters taunted you and gave you $5.
Yeah, it wasn't even our waiter. It was just
No.
some dude that learned that the massive beast had been cooked and like was like, I'm 5-0 on these. I'm gonna put this $5 bill down, and if you finish it, you keep it. But if you don't do it, I'm taking it back. And I'm like, I was ready to be like, this is too much food. Like I just can't do it. Like I don't want to feel sick on this day, you know. And then like you put that $5 bill down, and I'm like,
It's too late.
yeah, I got to do it because
I'm in.
technically, I mean, Cameron's paying for all of this. So if I can come out $5 on top tonight, like, why wouldn't I?
You earned $5.
Yeah. I made $5 yesterday.
You made $5 at your bachelor party. That's good.
Yeah, the guy was like, "Smile, I'm impressed." No one's ever eaten it. And that's what the other chick said too. And I'm like, someone's probably eaten it.
Someone has, just not when they've been doing that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it was horrible, and I felt absolutely disgusting, and I still kind of do. This morning,
It's horrible because of the size.
yeah, it's just too much.
Was the
man.
burger good though?
It was good, but it's like it's just too much.
It's
like
not.
it was so much beef. Like I don't want to eat beef for some time.
I want to say it was like 10 inches across. Like
Yeah.
the size of the burger.
And it was probably like 3/4 of an inch thick of a patty. Like it was
Just
a
the
big
patty, yeah.
fucking patty, yeah. And then I ate the fries first because I usually do that, and I love fries. So that I shouldn't have touched the fries. That's what I learned yesterday. Don't ever eat the fries at all. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, I was pretty sore. I don't know why I was sore. I like woke up in the night and my feet were hurting. Maybe I like ate so much from I ate so much from the fucking burger that my body's like, all right, we got to grow. My feet were like getting longer in the night, and I'm like fucking. I'm actually 5'11" now.
Oh,
You know, but that was really odd. But
your feet were hurting.
yeah, like they were.
It was
Just,
probably just carrying your ass just from the
extra-
car to
Yeah.
your bedroom.
it was rough, man. It was real rough. Like, oh god, I don't ever want to do that again, and I won't because I did it already. So
Oh my
there's
god.
no need.
All
It was a
right.
$32 burger, but for me it was $27. So I got $5.
No, you didn't pay for that burger.
Yeah.
Craig paid for it.
No,
So
that's true. Craig did buy it.
Yeah.
So technically it was.
he bought 2 of those and a bunch of drinks.
Yeah, he bought a lot
Yeah,
of drinks.
he went hog wild yesterday.
Yeah.
Of course, I ate a salad and had Diet Pepsi, and somehow my bill turned out to be $24.
Well, you probably paid your $5 admission fee too.
Oh, that was probably part of it. I think I might have been being charged for refills, and I wish that had been stated.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit if that's what happened.
Like I want some transparency.
Some warning.
Yeah,
That
some
they're gonna
warning.
screw you over.
Yeah, I appreciate that. At least I wasn't getting refills on the beer, though. Sure the other guys' bills were way scarier. In fact, I know for a fact the other guys' bills were way scarier.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about all the things that they ordered, and I ate one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that, and then Cameron bought me that beer, and I didn't even drink it. The second one, like I was like, "There's no space for this. I can't do it. This burger's gonna destroy me if I."
See,
drink
we
this
were concerned that you
fast."
were going to get like crazy drunk that night, but you just got crazy full.
Yeah, it was worse. It was way worse than being like 12, 13 drinks in. It was so bad.
It's not as fun.
No, it isn't. It's not as fun. It's miserable. It's like the hangover's already there. That's basically what it feels like.
And then you're covered in welts from paintball.
Yeah,
There you
because we
go.
did the bachelor run, is what they called it at this place, where you just run and everyone else is in a fucking line and they just shoot you endlessly. And that was fucking bad, man. I have so many like ripping welts on the right side of my body from when I was running across that field. Like there's like a line of them
all
just
on one side.
Yeah, it is all on one side. I think I only got shot on my left side once.
Oh.
And it's like my ass, my side, my like the side of my gut, my arm and shit. And it's man. Those things fucking hurt. The first one that
they
hit
can.
me,
Sometimes they don't really hurt though.
the first one that hit me, like I think it broke on the gun, and then the leftover smacked into me, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't hurt at all." And then somebody shot me in the back, and I was like, "Oh my god, oh man, that does hurt. That's brutal."
I pussed out and got the body armor, and I'm so glad I did, because all my welts are on my extremities, so like my arms and legs.
Yeah.
Mostly my left leg, because there was when we were playing that zombie round, Larson like unloaded on me, just like there's like a line on my leg. But I'm glad. How many times I got hit in the chest area? I'm so glad that I got that armor. It's only $5 for that to rent that thing, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Oh, that definitely helped. But when I got hit by one, it was like on the flap on the top, and it still hurt like fucking hell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was loose and it just like slaps.
Oh my God.
But
I had a good time yesterday.
yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have eaten that burger, but
No. Sorry for the people listening. I mean, life has just been crazy lately, right?
yeah,
So the FF games are slowing down.
yeah.
And this isn't going to be... I mean, as far as my playing of this game goes, it was laziness of not being willing to go find the Wii. Because it's in a box somewhere, and I have to go find it. But Schweiss is getting married, so give him a break. Give him a break.
Yeah, just ignore the fact that I have played other games, and then give me a break and get married.
Yeah, but it's Skyrim, though. It's not My Life as a King.
Is it though?
Ooh.
I haven't played that in 2 weeks.
Oh, really? Okay. What the hell have you been playing?
Assassin's Creed 2 and the Batman game.
Is that even on your...
No, it's,
What the fuck,
I
dude?
just wanted to play it.
All right, never mind. Get mad at Schweiss.
Yeah.
Text him. Tell him he's a piece of shit. Sorry, tweet.
Yeah.
Tweet him. Don't
Please
text
don't
him.
text
That's a little weird.
Yeah, did you see the news that you pulled up? Did you look at it at all?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Which one?
The one where they're bringing all the games to...
Oh, okay. I didn't think that was crazy. I thought it was cool.
I thought, it was...
I was like,
made
what?
out-
Did someone get slaughtered? And I...
It was... It was made to be... It was made to seem crazy, but then, like, I was like, oh, we already kind of have that on
Everything
PS4
else.
and,
Yeah.
and, like, the Vita.
Steam.
Yeah.
Steam.
And Steam has 8, and this thing's not getting 8, so...
No. Well, do you want to get to it? Want to get to the news?
Yeah, I think we can dive into that.
Let's do it. News. All right, first up in news, World of Final Fantasy owners can upgrade to Maxima as paid DLC on PS4 and PC. So, World of Final Fantasy is getting a powered-up version in World of Final Fantasy Maxima this November. And, you can upgrade it instead if you want to. If you already own the game, you can upgrade it as DLC. I don't know what the hell this is, though. Like, what is World of Final Fantasy Maxima?
You know what? No idea.
No idea. Apparently upgraded version of the game that was announced before. You want to look at it? Oh, there's a trailer. Let's do it.
All right. Nintendo Direct. No wonder we didn't know.
Japanese writing.
ファイナルファンタジーのアクション RPG クリスタルクロニクルが
What?
15年の時
No,
を
this
経
ain't
て
it.
任天堂スイッチによみがえる本作では
Oh, this is like a gathering of news for Final Fantasy stuff?
ワール
Shit,
ド・オ
they
ブ・
should
ファイ
work
ナル
for
ファンタ
us.
ジーのパワーアップ版が 発売決定。本作ではレジェンドキャラに変身してバトルできるアバターチェンジ機能を新たに搭載。お気に入りのキャラクターやモンスターと一味違った FF の世界へ。ワールド・オブ・ファイナル・ファンタジーマキシマは11。
Alright, so as far as I can tell,
Change your avatar.
it's just a more upgraded, awesome-ish version of World of Final Fantasy. I don't know.
That's what it seems like, yeah. So that's cool, I guess. If you want to, you can buy the fancy new version. It sounds like, what did they say, 2,400 yen? It's like $20.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that. I already spent like a fucking $180 on that game.
Oh, you have the Super Edition, don't you?
Yeah, so 20 more? I don't know.
I think that's one of the ones I still don't own. I think it's World of Final Fantasy.
It shouldn't be hard to get. I mean,
No,
it only came out a couple of years ago.
Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD is now available on the Nintendo Switch. So, Nintendo Switch owners, you get a Final Fantasy. And maybe some more Final Fantasies. We'll see in a second. It's $30. Once again, I think last time we told you that there was going to be a discount. So, discount is currently in effect. Or should be.
40% off. If you want to play the lesser version of the game on the Switch, you now can.
What if it's the better version?
I'd be very surprised if it was the better version. So, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition coming to PS4 and Switch in 2019. Can you imagine how much nicer that game would have been if we could have played it at home?
Yeah.
At home.
I love that we just finished that game. I get a tweet about that early this week, and it's just like, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, this has happened to us multiple times. This happened with FF12. They announced a remaster like shortly after we reviewed the game that they were going to bring it to PS4. It happened with this. I feel like it happened with at least in one other game as well.
I think there's something else. I can't remember what
But
it is.
I feel like they're like, oh, people are talking about Crystal Chronicles, huh? Maybe we should remaster it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's, maybe they heard a certain podcast was reviewing it.
Yeah, do you want to watch this trailer?
Yes, I want to watch this stupid fucking trailer about this game that we just beat, and that now they're making it so that it's
As the miasma
shitty.
creeps across the land, the people cling to the crystals for safety. Now a caravan of explorers ventures forth in search of hope.
世界から正気を消そうとしてたのさ。サンダが
ミロラの雫を集める旅は自分だけの旅とは違う。
Embark once more on an epic journey through a vast world in search of drops of myrrh. In Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition.
drops of mirror.
It still doesn't look very fun.
No, but now you guys who didn't have a GameCube or a Wii, you might have a chance to play it on the Switch.
Yeah,
It's weird, there's a lot of Switch news going on.
yeah. I'm going to get it on PS4, I'm pretty sure. The sad thing is they'll probably have a super expensive collector's edition, and I'll be like, this one I know isn't good. Like with the other ones that I bought that weren't very fun, I didn't know. But this one I do know. And I'm going to do it anyway. And it's going to be sad.
It's funny. I feel like Square Enix is finally taking the advice we gave them a long time
Make
ago.
your shit available.
Make your shit available on everything. You'll make a shitload of money.
They have been, too. Like, fucking, yeah, like 12's remasters already sold over 1 million copies. Like,
Just
that's
the
insane.
a remaster of a game
Yeah.
selling over 1 million copies.
And the game itself, I think, only sold like 6. So it's fucking a sixth of its initial sales back again.
And there's no way the development cost was even nearly as much.
No, fucking no way.
So here's this one coming to Xbox One: Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD, World of Final Fantasy Maxima, Final Fantasy 12: The Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy 10, and Final Fantasy 10-2. Those are all coming to the Xbox One.
Yeah, So, guys, if you're Xbox people for some reason and you're listening to this show, you can buy them all on the Xbone as well. It's kind of nice that they're doing that. I mean, 13 was on the PlayStation, and they've been on the PlayStation or the Xbox 360, and they've been on Xbox's consoles kind of since then, or since 11, I guess, and then they skipped 12 for some reason. But so they've had a presence on Xbox, but it hasn't been very, very heavy. So it's kind of nice that they're releasing all this shit on these other consoles. I mean, it's only beneficial to them. I wonder if they had some deal with Sony for a while though, and it's like you can't release it on other shit. Except for Crystal Chronicles, we don't want those. You can release that on Nintendo all you want.
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep going to Nintendo for that shit.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No. Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, everybody. Announced for Switch and PS4.
Everybody,
Schweiss.
as in every space, and then buddy, as in pal or friend.
Oh my god. Is there a trailer for this fucking thing?
No. Just a screenshot.
A new Chocobo dungeon game, I think. I think it's a new one. I don't fucking know. It could be. It could be one of the ones that was released in Japan. But yeah, this winter, apparently, it's coming out.
Fuck, dude. Another one?
Another
God,
Chocobo dungeon. Notice it's not called Final Fantasy, though.
Well, it is called Final Fantasy Fables. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon.
Oh, fuck you! Oh, that's not even cool. That's not cool.
They threw it in there just to make sure they could get 2 more copies sold.
2 more episodes done.
That's right. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Here's the one that everybody's freaking out about. They don't give a shit about the Xbox news. Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X, and X-2 HD remasters.
And Zodiac Age.
And Zodiac Age. They're all coming to the Switch next year. So holy shit.
Yeah, if you got a Switch, now you're going to have many of the Final Fantasies. Not all, but, 5 or
Final
6.
Fantasy VIII can go fuck itself as far as they're concerned.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not releasing 8. A lot of people are, not happy about that, but...
Little bitches.
I know. They should probably...
I do think that Square should just release all of the Final Fantasies on all the major systems, but, they'll do it in their own time, I guess. Did Final Fantasy VIII have an HD version?
On PS4, no.
No. So it's the only one that hasn't been, quote-unquote, HD.
From the PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only one.
Huh.
And from the PS2, I mean, everything's been HD'd now from there, except for 11.
FF8. That's interesting.
Yeah, in the last 20 years.
Maybe there's a quality control thing, or maybe they just want to have an announcement for the HD version of 8 and make that kind of a special thing. It is odd the order that they're doing this in. I wonder what the strategy is, because it's going to happen. The question is, when and why the fuck are they taking their time with it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if they're planning on doing an FF8 remake like they are with 7. But I mean, they're not.
But they still put out an FF7 remaster.
That's true. Yeah.
Despite that, so.
I don't know. Maybe they're not. I can't imagine them not doing that for 8, though. I mean, at least a remaster or a port.
No, 8's one of the biggest games in the series.
Yeah, and it would be one of the biggest ports as well. I mean,
yeah, it would be.
It's not gonna change.
It's super successful on Steam and I assumed on the PS3 as well, right?
Probably.
Yeah. It's huge. So I don't know what the hell. I don't know why the hell they're doing that. Frankly, they should just have a pack that has games 1 through fucking 15.
Yeah, the ultimate pack.
They really should just have all that shit. And then, not sure what they do with 11, but the rest of the games, that should be something doable for them.
Chase asks if the Final Fantasy Pocket Edition counts as a game to play now. No, dude. 15's Pocket Edition. Are you kidding me?
What?
He asks if that counts as a game to play on the list. I think that's bullshit.
No. It's the same game.
Yeah, it's just miniature.
I don't know how many times I had to tell you fucking people this. Remakes. No. They were optional, different versions of the games as we went through the main series. I don't think we should change now.
Yeah, it's too late.
No. Other people, though, if you want to give us your review of the Pocket Edition versus the regular edition, feel free.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for news. A lot of big news, honestly.
Yeah, it was
a bunch
like
of ports.
Right after we recorded the last episode, too. They just dropped this big news bomb.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. It's nice that they're giving us that now. But we got some daddy issues to get through.
Yes,
Schweiss.
we do.
All right. So, episode 5, Dad's Secret. Now, we've been saying that he had cancer this whole freaking time. The show was really, really obvious about it.
Yeah.
Like, super obvious about it. The fact that no one asks him straight up why he quit drives me nuts.
Yeah, everyone's just like, that's just how he is. It's just how he is.
That's just how he is. He makes announcements. He makes proclamations. And that's just how he is. And no one questions him about it. That's just how he is.
Yeah, it's just how he's always been. He's just, when he wants to quit his job, he just quits his job. That's why we have this nice house paid off, It's just how he is. Just how he is.
So anyway, our character does not get the balls until these next 2 episodes to, really dig in and find out why his dad quit his job. But the first thing we see is him being how he is. They're going to, in a flashback, they're going to New Year's Eve soba, which are the type of noodle, I think. And then they go in, they're so excited to have New Year's Eve soba at this one place. And then the mother orders some type of soba, and then the kid, our main character in the past, orders some types of soba, and then the dad asks for curry on rice.
Yeah. And then everyone's like, what?
What?
You want curry on rice? And I'm just thinking, does everyone eat soba at New Year's? Is that...
it seems to be a thing.
Because the waiter was freaking out, too. He was like,
we're not ready for this.
He's like, you don't want the same thing your family wants? And it's like, yeah, no, I don't. They have horrible tastes in food. No, I don't want what they want.
He just announces then that he believes that he's allergic to soba.
Yeah. He wants to take one of those tests where they, apply things to your skin, and then they see if you, react. And soba gave him a slight rash.
Soba.
So yeah, he starts freaking out about allergies in this episode, and then they, shortly after that, it cuts to the present, and it's oh, he's doing it now too. He's like, oh, do you want some fried chicken? I made some fried chicken. There's tons of fried chicken up there.
This is what made me hate that character, by the way.
What, the dad?
Yeah. Just hated him. First off, it's fried chicken, so what the fuck is wrong with you? Eat the goddamn fried chicken.
Yeah.
Second part is, the kitchen is with the living room. His wife was making a shitload of fried chicken. It's not like you don't notice when someone is making a shitload of fried chicken.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
He's just dad. He makes proclamations about fried chicken right after I make an entire thing of fried chicken.
Yeah. Kind of an asshole.
Kind of a serious asshole.
Yeah.
He then tells him he's on a diet. He's not going to eat the fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken is totally out. So yeah, it's we get to see the parallels from old young dad to new old dad. Where he just makes these, like you said, he makes these proclamations I can't eat fried chicken anymore. It's thanks for telling me after I make the fried chicken. Also, why didn't you tell me you couldn't eat greasy foods before today? What the fuck is wrong with you, man? What is your deal? But she's a very dutiful, very loyal wife, so she doesn't say a goddamn thing.
That's all she does. She just comes home. I remember one of the scenes of this, which I didn't write down. She comes home. She's like, "Can I make you something?"
Yeah.
She just like walks in, taking her shoes off. Let me make you something.
I'm like, no, no, I'm fine. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think it's one of them's like when he comes back from his run, he's like up late. She's like, "Oh, you want a midnight snack?" And he's like, "No, that's okay." So yeah, she's all about it. She's like, "Oh, it doesn't bug me. He's just being him, you know." So then we find out that Daddy of Light actually has a friend in this world, and it's a top executive of another company who I assume also sells copiers, because they seem to be like, you know, I want you in my company. Like, you should come over to me. Like, we're having some serious problems. I know you quit the old place. And his buddy's like, I thought you would have started a new business by now. Like, it just made sense. Like, maybe you were like, you know what? I could do this better. I could sell 10 times more copy machines if I had my own copy machine business.
Well, it was like the company... and then he asked him to help out his company, basically. But the company culture... There's like a problem within the company culture, within the structure of the company that needs fixing. So, you know, he gives him the bad stuff about it. Something before that, when the son finds out that his dad is going to see the old friend, says he can't imagine what they talk about because his dad doesn't really talk much. Then his mom says, you know, well, actually, they do seem to talk about a lot of things. And also, his friend's in game.
Yep.
It's like, oh, I see where this plot's going.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So his father's still hanging out with his friend. They're walking on the street. And the son is coming out of a bar with a bunch of coworkers. And they're going to go to karaoke. And a super drunk guy... think he's drunk. He's supposed to be drunk.
Yeah.
Super drunk guy comes out of there, excited to do some karaoke. It's like a celebration of this guy who worked at the company for 10 years and has to quit because of his father. He's got to like take care of his father. Anyway, he's drunk, slaps some chicks on the ass, and then they react in unison and say, "What a scumbag."
Yeah, and that's the start of the unison sayings from female characters in the show, where they say the same thing at the same exact time, and it's always unnerving. Like, it just seems wrong every time they do it. And this is kind of really when I think it starts. I don't remember them doing it before. They might have, but it wasn't.
Might have actually.
It wasn't all the time like it's going to be in these next two episodes. So they're ramping that up. So they're ramping that up.
I'm ready to talk about that volleyball.
Yeah, they're ramping up Daddy Alight's picky eating habits.
What a scumbag.
Yes, the sexist ass slap from the dude. They kind of do this in the show a lot. They're just like, I don't know. They treat women very poorly in the show, to be honest. And it's like, damn, dude. Like, shit, this would not fly in American television.
No.
Shit.
Drunk dude ain't drunk is what I wrote down. He's something else. He's tweaked out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, he's got some like fucking scars on his arm. He's just like super high.
Yeah, dude. He's fucked up.
Some track marks.
Anyway, they meet the father and the executive guy, find out that he's a client of the company that the main guy works for. And the main dude is like, oh, he won't tell me why he quit his job. You know, basically asking the son to tell him, and the son doesn't know either. And the dad stays quiet.
Yeah. And when he meets the fucking other company CEO, when Akio meets him, like I wrote down here, Akio, you've grown up to be such a beautiful young woman. Because he's like, I haven't seen you for a long time. You're all grown up, looking pretty good too. Because the main dude looks like a girl in this show. Thought that was a lot of fun. But then we kind of cut to everyone's home. They're all playing 14.
Yeah, and his son is trying to get him to tell him why he quit.
Yeah, he's prying into the reasons in Final Fantasy 14.
Yes.
Some pretty fun stuff.
Oh, there's a scene the scene after that, yeah, he won't tell him. He like quits out a game before that, or before he tells him. There's a scene. I can't remember what happens in the scene. I just remember one of the things is that they're outside and a dad is playing with his son, and I just thought it was the weirdest effing thing I've ever seen. This father and this little boy. The little boy's on this like pedal bike thing, and the father is holding the pedal bike, and like, you know, as the son's, you know, going on it, but the father's holding it in a way that the father and the son are just going in a circle, like a circle around the father.
Yeah.
And it's it's weird, right?
Yeah, it's pretty strange. I mean, like, the whole point of a bike is to go distances.
Go forward.
You know? Yeah.
It's like, let's just go in this 4x4 square, and we'll just circle around in that. It's a weird thing. I was know, like, yeah. So what I'm assuming is that we need the father in the shot and the son in the shot, and they need to be in this corner in order to make the frame right. So, okay, when you're playing with the son, you're going to take the bike and you're just going to go in circles. It's going to look a little weird, or it's going to feel a little weird, but it's going to look cool. That's what he had to tell the actor in order to have him do that. Then I just takes about 1 second to think about it, be like, what is he doing?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I thought the dad was like drunk, and he's like, "Oh, I can't go forward, so we got to sit right here." You're doing great, kid.
Then there's this. I think the company guy must have gotten some like advice from the dad.
Yeah. The dad like went home and he like decided that he was going to help out his friend.
Yeah, he wasn't going to take the job, but he was going to help out.
Yeah, and he has this sweet piece of paper that says like company issues and then an arrow and it says solutions. I'm like, wow, what a cheat sheet you got there.
Wow,
it's like the teacher's edition of the textbook right there.
Full of thought.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, and then there's like a montage that happens where they're doing the Garuda fight, and somehow it has something to do with the fact that he did solutions for this company, so there's a meeting going on at the same time. I don't know what was more boring in this montage with epic music. That was a guy in a company meeting and a Garuda fight where they showed you everything about the Garuda fight except for the Garuda fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what was more boring, the in-game footage of nothingness or the meeting, the business meeting. What was more boring to watch?
It was a fight, but I think so far with the show, the most boring thing about it has been the Final Fantasy XIV stuff.
It makes me hurt.
It's kind of lame, yeah.
It's super lame.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Watching the gameplay, watching the characters talk within the world of 14, like, I don't really care for it as much.
It's not even gameplay. There's no, like, target lines on the ground or anything like that. Like, no one's getting, like, obliterated.
It's almost like they took the, like, the view that devs get to see while the game's going, and they made that the show.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much that.
So it's not even what we see.
No.
So we can't even really relate, you know. It's like, it's weird.
One of the things it reminded me of was, you know, the Mortal Kombat movies, both of which are terrible. And fuck you. Don't tweet me about that shit. Listen to the Nude Clan review of Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Those are both awful movies, and you can't fucking tell me that one of them's good, because neither of them are good. What's funny about that first Mortal Kombat is how little contact in the fight scenes they have with the other person. So it's a kung fu movie, or it's supposed to be, but most of the time it's flips. Most of the time the characters are just doing flips all goddamn day long.
Yeah.
That's the entire, like 90% of the fight scenes in that first Mortal Kombat movie are just people doing fucking flips away from each other. They never make fucking contact. And that's what this Garuda fight stuff reminded me of. It's like everything but the fight in the Garuda thing. It's like characters like swishing up and getting ready and shit like that.
Yeah.
It was like nothing happened. Oh my god. Fuck that Mortal Kombat movie. But in game later on, the son bugs him again to tell him why he quit, and then the father, he goes, "Well, actually, I found out. They found out I was sleeping with the company president's wife." And then the son like freaks out for a second. He goes, "Just kidding." And then he goes, "I won the lottery." And then the son like freaks out again.
Yeah, dumb.
Then he goes, "Just kidding. Actually, it was an illness. See you later."
Yeah. Yeah, then he logs off, and then that's kind of...
It's the end of that episode.
That's sort of what it ends. Oh, this is, I think, when we get the dutiful wife scene where she, like, comes home, and he's just got done playing, and she's like, "Oh, can I get you something?" You know, like... And then he's in there in his room, like, freaking out, like, "Oh, man, something's wrong with my dad," you know? And then the episode ends, yeah. That's it.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Not great. There's a lot of montaging of like sentimental shit happening in this episode, and that's kind of cheesy. The drunk guy was kind of fun, I guess, but yeah, like you said, he seemed high more than anything. We got more backstory where we finally know that it is an illness, as we've known, but they still haven't said exactly what it is. They mentioned... I think one of the guys in this episode said that, like, I'd only quit this job if I had cancer. Or something like that.
Yeah.
Or it'd have to be something real serious, and somebody else mentions cancer at some point. And so it's like putting that little seed in there, but it refuses to let it grow. You know, and it does that for the next episode, too. They don't tell you exactly what is going on with this dude.
But the next episode is titled The Truth.
Yeah,
Partial
which is
truths.
a lie. But...
Yeah, they're talking together at work, and they're going, "Oh, it's probably cancer."
Yeah.
This is why else would you quit the job? And then the one other dude starts talking about how his father died, and that he was like searching through his stuff, and because they were talking about like finding medical information on accident.
Yeah,
and he was talking about how he went through his father's stuff, and then like found a book that had the cover inside out, or like it had like a book cover on it. I'm not quite sure what he's saying there. And then he found porn.
Yeah,
which made me laugh.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And I mean, they he talked about that, and then the girls behind him were like laughing, and then he was like, "I mean, what do you do about that?" And they're like, I don't know what's up with that. And like, it's weird. And then they were like, they asked him like, what kind of porn was it? And I was like, oh my God. And he's like, it was an erotic novel. And then
that's really mild.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's boring. And then they were like, you should burn it at a shrine so that your dad could have his porn in heaven. And I thought that was pretty fucking funny.
Those are the two girls again.
Yeah, the two girls behind him that were overhearing the conversation.
Yeah,
and he was asking, like, what do you do with such a thing, you know?
This show is funny when it's just like a sex-related joke.
Yeah, they're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I'll give them that. It's pretty good. That night, the dad is not eating much. Still on that diet or whatever.
Yeah, they comment on how he's lost weight, which I don't see, but...
No. So he goes on a jog, and then the son goes snooping, and then there's some flashbacks talking about finding where the girl's talking about, "Oh, I found my mom found my dad's medical report," and then then he finds a book with the cover covered up, and then he has the other flashback where the guy's like, "Found my dad's porn."
Yeah.
And then he like picks up the thing. He opens it, and it's totally a Final Fantasy strategy guide. I think it's for FF5.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed it was 14. I didn't even look at the pages.
I think it said Crelay. I think that was one of the things in the subtitles. So yeah, that was like one of the secrets he found from his dad from snooping in his room. No porn, though. Just a Final Fantasy V strategy guide.
Yeah, and so he got all super touchy, and it was like super sentimental, and like, oh, this is awesome. And
then I wrote down painful volleyball scene. You want to just talk about that?
Yeah, I just love that his dad's porn was a strategy guide. That was funny. That's the thing he felt like he had to hide.
I feel like that's probably what you have to hide too.
Probably, yeah. So, God, they're sitting up on the roof. He's talking to his one buddy who brought up the idea of, he wouldn't quit this job unless it was something serious. Uh-huh. And they're hanging out and they're having this conversation about work and about like his dad's illness. And there are these girls that are playing volleyball, but there's no net. This is up on the roof, by the way. So this is just as stupid as the football throwing in the room.
In the room.
So they're playing a sport on top of a roof in a building, and they're just kind of like
literally just tossing a ball and laughing hysterically at tossing a ball.
Yeah, and then occasionally the ball will like pound into the side of the main guy's head. Or the main guy's friend's head, and like he turns around and he's like, "Oh, it's okay, girls, it's fine." And then like a few times more during the conversation, he just gets pegged in the head super hard. And then the last one, like they throw the volleyball and it like hits them both, and then he like freaks out and says that lunch is over, and then they all leave, and then they start tossing the volleyball back and forth, and they're like 2 feet away from each other. Yeah, and then the whole time they're like, "Sorry, Mr. Inaba," or whatever, and like. They say it in unison, and it's really awkward and painful.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It was painful. It was painful to watch. It was deeply unsettling. And yeah, the unison turning around thing, and it just felt really gross. Like the scene just felt really gross to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was talking about like going to America and finding some like blonde.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was talking about He said another guy went to America to do foreign trade when he was my age, and he found himself a hot like blonde mistress named, I can't remember what the name was, some rando name. And he's like, I'm that age and things aren't going too well with the wife. And then he like takes a drag off of his cigarette. He's like, "Yeah,
oh my god,
it's happening." Those copy maker sellers, they're hot ticket over here.
They are. He probably would be.
We don't even use these. We don't even use those things really like much anymore. So
he's like leaving to go to America in the next scene. And he basically tells the guy in so many words, "When I fuck her, I'll tell you."
Yeah, he's like, I'll
give you a text.
I'll text you when it happens. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. You can just, I'll just assume it happened. It's fine.
Oh my god.
I don't want to know, man. I'm sorry.
The son, because the father's friend is a big client, he goes to meet the client.
Yeah, taking over for dude who's gonna go get himself
whose secretary
American.
Is smoking hot, like fucking hot. By the way, she's always in the background, has no lines, and it's driving me nuts. But the father, they meet with each other, not the father, but the friend of the father and the son.
Yeah,
and he confirms that it's a disease.
Yep.
And the son at the beginning of this episode was going, "Oh, he was probably joking about the disease thing, like he joked about the lottery or sleeping with the president's wife." In the previous episode, but that was not the case, it looks like. So, let's see. The dude has to stay at work, but he tries to call his dad. Dad doesn't answer. He's playing the game. The phone's going off in the background. I hate this man. I hate him. I hate him. I kind of want him to die, but whatever.
Jeez.
The son, though, he loves him because he's an idiot, and he pulls out his laptop at work to ask him in-game once again about the disease that he has.
Yep.
So it's funny, him there late at night, and Schweiss goes, "Is he going to play it on the computer?" And I'm like, "I think he is." And then he pulled out a laptop, but he was at work playing a video game.
Yeah, kind of sad. I mean, I've done that before, but it's sad.
But yeah, in game, he confirms that his dad is sick. Apparently, he needed surgery he was so sick, and then he had to quit his job. I'm not really seeing his dad being sick, though, that much in this show. He's just sitting down playing the video game all day. I figure if you can do that, you can sit at a desk.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Yeah, you should be able to. Whatever.
But his dad did mention in the show, like, he gave up so much for work, and he let other things slide because of work. And now he's not going to do that anymore, but now he's letting everything slide because of Final Fantasy 14. So it's like, is it any better? I mean,
yeah. So he was supposed to get surgery. He decided not to get the surgery because he had nothing to live for.
Yeah.
So the show gets a little dark.
Yeah, and his son's like, oh, thanks.
Son's like crying. But what does he have to live for now, Schweiss?
Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14 to live for now.
What a thing.
And then the son comes home and the mom is found out and then tells the son about the disease. I'm grossed out by this show. Really grossed out by it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's super sentimental to the point of like...
What did I tell you before we were going to watch it? I hadn't seen it at all. What did I tell you about Japanese television?
That it's super sentimental.
Super sentimental.
Yeah, it's really cheesy and it's painful. And some of its comedy is pretty solid, but only, like you said, only if it's a sex joke. Otherwise, it's just dumb.
Otherwise, it's like dumb women with a volleyball tossed it.
Yeah,
3 feet.
and they kind of treat it that way too. So it's like it's kind of not a great show so far. I don't really care too much for it. I mean, it
has its moments.
Yeah, there have been worse.
There have been worse shows.
Worse shows and worse things in the series as far as film and definitely
and
television go.
Yes,
but and speaking of that, somebody asked if the FF movies, do we feel like they don't live up to the games in the chat? And yeah, the games are good. The movies are never good. They don't live up to anything. They don't live up to movies. They don't live up to the games. They don't live up to anything at all.
No, not really.
They're just shitty.
Yeah.
The show. Yeah,
it's 2 more episodes, Schweiss.
It's super vague too. Like we still don't know what's going on.
We still don't know what the disease is.
It seems like we should because we only have 2 episodes left. Like
they got to keep one mystery going.
I guess.
And you're wondering if the son... I guess the only other thing you're wondering is if the son will admit to what he's done in the game. And then also if he's straight. I'm just wondering. Those are the questions in my head.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he has to be straight. I'm just wondering if he is.
Yeah, there's only a few things.
If the son wants to become a woman.
Yeah, maybe. He's got makeup on. I can see that.
He's got the really cute coworker, and he never
Oh yeah, he never went for, huh?
No. I don't get it. I don't get what's going on.
I don't know, man.
It's driving me nuts.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we got a couple questions, so let's get to them.
Questions for us. We would like to hear from you. Don't contact us on Twitter. Get on and ask your questions. We'll answer any we will. This is the question segment. Ask and you will receive.
Have we ever used the UFFQ for our questions? Because I'm looking at this, I don't remember answering any of these.
I don't think so, actually. I think we've told people on Twitter to say UFFQ. So we still didn't get any questions on our forums. But we do have some hashtag UFFQ. So guys, if you could hand us some questions, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, either way. Either place.
Yeah, either place. But yeah, we can go through some old UFFQs.
Yeah, so we got one here from Disa Oakland. She said she reached the Leviathan trial today. There were a couple of tears and goosebumps for the sheer epicness of it. the "This is Final Fantasy" moment, and they asked, "What point do we usually go?" Yes, this is Final Fantasy. Usually, right about when I open up the disc tray and I pop it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Final Fantasy, I'm talking before that. When I grab the disc and it says Final Fantasy on it, I'm like, yes, this is Final Fantasy.
This is a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, because they are very different. I mean, it's hard to say, like, this is a Final Fantasy, or, like, it didn't feel like a Final Fantasy. It's like, well, it is. So I don't know how it can't feel like what it is. I mean, they do have common themes and shit like that, and I guess as far as the question goes, for me, the moment it feels like a Final Fantasy, because I mean, like, there are two different Final Fantasies in my mind. It feels like a Final Fantasy saying, like, oh, it feels like all those good memories I've had playing other Final Fantasy games, and then it feels like a Final Fantasy like, oh, this seems like it came from the same series.
Sure. Dirge of Cerberus.
Yeah. I think the question is, when does it feel like something that we've had all of those fond memories with in the past? Because it feels like a Final Fantasy because it is a Final Fantasy. Like, Crystal Chronicles doesn't feel like any other Final Fantasy game at all. But it is. There's Flan. In a lot of ways,
there you go.
A Final Fantasy game. Yeah, there's Flan, there's magic.
Flan. When I see Flan. When I go to the local Mexican place and I see Flan,
yeah,
I think this is Final Fantasy.
This is Final Fantasy, yeah. But usually it's within like a giant climactic moment. I mean, kind of like Leviathan. It's a moment where you feel those same feelings that you had once before during, like, oh man, this game is awesome. You know,
usually some sort of epic presentational kind of thing. A really good opening cutscene will do that. Certainly in FF13, the fireworks cutscene kind of sold it for me. With the old games, when I got into the series, they had already retrofitted opening cutscenes into the game. So it all, like, to me, like a Final Fantasy game was an opening cutscene that was really, like, big and epic.
Yeah.
And they all kind of ranged from, like, okay to amazing. But certainly, like, that to me was like one of the big things. But with those old ones, I feel like it's crystals. And then in the middle series, I feel like it's cutscenes. And then in the later series, I feel like it's epicness.
Yeah.
Epic fights and stuff like that. So it's all kind of meshed into the experience that is Final Fantasy. But no, I don't think about those in moments, except for maybe opening cutscenes. So I think that's what I'd say. Yeah.
Cutscenes. 8's opening cutscene sells it pretty well. 7's, 9's, all of them are pretty good at, like, oh yeah, this is this.
15 was a little different in that respect, but it's still, I thought it was still great I think it's almost like 15 was like, let's do the opposite of that. And I thought that was a really good choice for them, because all the other games up to that point for a very long time had these big epic openings. And then they decided they had a little flashback thing with a scary flashback thing with the Ifrit fight. But then you're pushing a car along a thing, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought 12's was a little too long. I always feel like the opening cutscene of 12 was like too much.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of stuff you don't really know anything about either.
Right.
And so there's no feeling there. There's nothing. It's just things happening in front of you.
And then those, like, mages, like, doing their chant thing always pulls me out. Epic dying light, something up and down. I don't even know what they say right there, but I'm like, just stop.
This is too much.
Just don't do it.
This has never been a thing.
God damn it. They've done that twice in this series that I can remember off the top of my head right now. There's that weird thing with, like, the mages putting up their arms and doing the weird chant, and then it's in Kingsglaive, right, where they have, like, the weird mage guys.
Yeah, doing the same thing.
Doing shit, and it makes me so deeply uncomfortable. Like, it doesn't work cinematically, I think is what it is. Something doesn't translate. It's way too goddamn nerdy.
Yeah.
It's all those things into one. It, like, makes me hurt inside when I see that. I think the reason Lord of the Rings is a way better fantasy movie than anything else is because it's not super fantastical. Like Gandalf doesn't say. There's a couple like little magic moments in there, but Gandalf doesn't like say a big spell and then something happens. I think.
Yeah.
That makes it feel like D&D. It doesn't make it feel like real world. I don't know. It's just weird to me.
It's just too much.
Yeah. I've never been like an epic fantasy guy, so maybe that's what it is. And the fantasies I have gotten into have always like been anti that.
Yeah, like Thrones and...
Yeah.
I mean, it's super light. I mean...
It's super light.
In the first season, you see the zombie dead people for the first episode, and then they don't talk about them again, like, for another season. And then it's like, oh yeah, we have dragons and stuff. But it's not like, oh, up in your face.
And the magics are more like religious type things.
Yeah, they're mysterious, so no one really knows about them. They're just weird.
It's not fucking witchcraft. Which
that's true.
Is bullshit.
I mean, I think that's the thing, is it's equally bullshit, but it's the presentation.
I think it must be the presentation of it. I guess there might be some things where it works.
Yeah.
It ain't Final Fantasy cutscenes, though.
No.
It just does not. I don't know. Do you feel uncomfortable at those mage scenes?
Yeah, it was really weird.
Okay, all right.
I don't really care for it.
Not the only one here, then. What are you looking up right now?
Something for the next question that we have,
okay.
Which is kind of a tough one, but I feel like we've answered it before. What are your favorite FF songs?
FF songs. The FF9 one is.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering what the name was.
Oh, okay. Favorite FF songs? Oh, we've definitely answered this before. Mine's To Xanarkand. I love that thing.
Yeah, I like.
And then the Terra theme is beautiful.
Yeah, I like Terra's theme. Probably To Xanarkand. The FF9 one.
One Wing Angel's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we've done a ranking of the songs and stuff in the past.
I think our favorite songs we have.
Yeah, so a lot of good shit.
Yeah, a lot of really good stuff. What's our next question here?
Let's see. If we were to make a movie of FF12 and could only choose members / presenters from the Geekdom shows as the main cast, who would play who?
Wow. Do we even have enough people?
Drew would have to play Vaughn because he's the only one that could.
Okay, we agree on that. Drew has to play Vaughn.
I think Craig would have to play either Ash or Pinello, and I think he'd be more of an Ash.
I'm really grossed out by that.
And then you imagine him in that little mini skirt.
I really like Ash visually.
You don't really like Craig visually?
I don't want to see Craig in Ash clothing. I think you do. I think you're a sick motherfucker.
I kind of do, yeah. I kind of want to see what that looks like. Is the only way I can
Is Jake Fran?
I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know, man. I can't, because I mean, like, Cameron is the tall one, but I don't know if I want Cameron to be Fran. That's too much, you know. We have Dylan. We can make Dylan Fran.
I don't see that.
Who would we make Dylan? Balthier, then? Like,
no, I don't see Dylan as Balthier either.
Personality-wise, no.
I think he is more of a Vaughn.
Dylan?
Yeah. Or maybe Captain Bash. Maybe I'll give him that.
All right. So we got Dylan as Bosch. Who would we make Pinello? We could have Jake be Pinello. I'd be all right with that.
Jake's personality does not work with Pinello.
Does it work with... I guess it works with Fran.
It kind of works
more.
with Fran.
Yeah. All right. Jake can be Fran.
I'll give Dylan Pinello then.
All right.
And me and you can be the two handsome leading men.
Yeah. So what? Fucking Bosch and Balthier.
Balthier, yeah.
All right.
There we go.
There it is. Yeah. That's everybody.
You got the chops, so I guess you're Bosch. Oh, no, you're Balthier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll be Captain Bosch. But
Yeah. Oh, we have another
that's
really...
the worst casting you could have for that movie, by the way.
Probably,
Just
yeah.
the worst
Yeah,
cast.
I don't think we could do it.
No.
So Lazur asked us real quick, what do you think of the main character's name in Vagrant Story? Ashley Riot. I made fun of it all the time, but they always have ridiculous names for these people. Like,
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
like Aerith Gainsborough. Like that's a lot of name. Like that's a lot of name to just come up with on the fly. But yeah, it's fine. Ashley Riot. I mean, I just remember the one part in the game where he was like, "Come and get me, Ashley Riot," and I was just like, "Chase me, Ashley Riot, chase me!" And he runs off into the dungeon. So I kind of mocked it a few times, but I don't know, him and then one of the bad guys. They both Sydney. That's right. They both had like oddly unisex names. Like they could go for they could be a dude and a chick.
Definitely didn't think Ashley was a unisex name. And then when I met a guy named Ashley,
You were like, I guess it is. Yeah.
I didn't accept it very well.
No, you were.
I was one of those nightmare people for that man. That man going through his entire life with a name that, sure, it's unisex, but mostly women use it. Unfortunately, I was the man going, what?
Yeah.
Your name is Ashley? I met a Courtney as well.
I was a dude?
was a
Are you
man.
serious?
Yes.
Wow.
That one...
Was the spelling all fucked up?
I don't know. I didn't read his name. I heard
Oh.
his name. So that was just fun little moments of my past.
That's weird. Yeah, that's an odd one. Courtney is like...
Courtney, I've never heard a man. Well, I have, actually. I've heard one man with that name.
There you go. So it could be weird, or it could be Courtney Riot.
Courtney Riot. No.
Yeah.
It's like a 90s teenage girl name, Courtney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
We got a couple iTunes reviews.
Oh, do we really?
Yeah, we do.
Wow, it's been a while since I have checked, so I'm excited to listen to those. Let's bring them on out.
Sweet. I got 'em right here.
iTunes reviews. iTunes reviews.
You ready for this? Okay,
Oh,
2
yeah.
5-star reviews. One is from Akia27, titled Great. Just got into podcasts.
Oh, wow, nice.
Yeah. UFF is the second podcast I subscribe to.
That's good. That's
Nice.
surprising.
I tried another podcast, Square Roots, and I did not enjoy them one bit.
I don't think I've ever listened to Square Roots.
I've
but-
never listened to Square Roots either. I see their name pop up all the time because we're in
Yeah.
similar searches. I didn't connect with any of the hosts there. They say, UFF, I enjoy and connect with the hosts. I enjoy their point of view, and I like that they do not talk too much trash about the games I love. I also like that they have some knowledge about FF to actually have an intriguing conversation. Well, I hope so after we've played most of the fucking games at this point.
I would hope we would have some
I hope we have
shred of
some
knowledge. Just a
about this.
bit. I mean, I know more, but these fools, they got a bit of knowledge.
Well, it's funny. I mean, I'm sure Shinru, who gave us our news, so thank you, Shinru. I'm sure he can pretty much out-knowledge us
Yeah.
at almost every game.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure he could.
But here's the thing. As far as, like, the macro Final Fantasy experience, I think we're doing pretty well. Not the micro. Not like little in-game functions or character or item names, yada yada. But as far as the macro experience, because we've played all the fucking games, or almost all the fucking games,
Yeah, true.
I think we are doing pretty good. So I'll allow myself that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
27. And then we got a brand new one. I think that just popped up.
Team Ramrod, 5-star show. Thank you. Fun show almost all of the time. Did you guys know Joe and Caleb don't
Almost
like...
all the time.
Did you guys know Caleb and Joe don't like pop music? I had no idea. They never talk about it. In all seriousness, this is a great show for FF fans. Have to admire their dedication and effort to the project. The show has fun banter, well-researched discussions, and highly articulate opinions on gameplay. If you can ignore some eye-rolling edgelord opinions sometimes, the show is fantastic. It's rare when a podcast feels like hanging out with old friends each week, and the show is exactly that. Much love and respect. The pop songs in the Final Fantasy games are trash.
In the Final Fantasy games, they are trash.
Yeah, Joe listens to pop all the time.
I do listen to pop. I don't listen to it all the time. Occasionally I listen to it. But yeah, I listen to some Justin Timberlake every once in a while. More than every once in a while. I listen to it all the time. But yeah, the pop songs, it's not pop music. It's those songs.
Yeah, there are a lot of metal songs that are shit too.
Yeah.
Like most.
Yeah, most metal is shitty.
Most music is probably not good sounding to me. Most things I would say I don't like. And I feel like most of us can say that we don't like most things. Because there are some things that we like a lot. There are some things that we like a little bit. There are some things we will tolerate. But most things we probably don't like. So you got to keep that in mind. And they just keep doing this one thing over and over again. It's
never sang my song.
Yeah, it's painful, man.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And the thing with metal is, I've said this multiple times. I don't know if I said it on this show. I think metal is the horror genre of music. Most horror movies are
not good. Yeah,
terrible. Yeah. But you become a horror fan, and you're there for the ones that are really great. And I would say, as a metal fan, most bands are repeats of other bands or are really shitty. And you're kind of there for just like the 10 bands you can stand.
Yeah. So just remember that. Like, we don't like most of the music that's associated with what we listen to.
With the genre that we both listen to. Yeah. It's like heavy metal or hard rock. It's just like, it doesn't change the fact that there's no way Five Finger Death Punch will ever be a band that I can stand for more than one song. Just because they're metal. And just because I like pop doesn't mean I can stand these god-awful Final Fantasy songs. Now, these may be the eye-rolling, what did he call them? Like Gaylord? What did he say?
I don't think he said Gaylord.
He said something Lord opinions. But it's our goddamn show. And it's just our opinions.
Yeah, thanks for the 5-star review, though.
Thank you. You can have your own opinion.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you give us 5 stars, we're fine with it.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want if it's got a 5-star on there.
It's true, yeah. You can bash us all day, or you give us a 5-star review. We're not going to be mad at you.
Exactly, yeah. We'll be very happy. Yeah. Very grateful for what you've done.
All right, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you guys for listening. You can support the show on Patreon if you want. You can check us out on Facebook. You can go to our website, ultimatefinalfantasy.com. You can leave us an intro at 385-204-3921. Hopefully we don't get mixed up with a Nude Clan question because we use the same line for both. Speaking of Nude Clan, that's a great show to listen to. That's on our network. It's just a video game show, so go check that out. I have a Godzilla podcast called The Godzilla Podcast, and Schweiss has a Game of Thrones podcast called A Song of...
It's For a Few Chickens More, okay. A Song of Schweiss and Johnson.
So you could probably just search For a Few Chickens More.
Or just Schweiss. You'll find it.
SCHWEISS.
Yeah, if you can spell that.
But yeah, I think that's going to be it. You can tweet me at Joseph Vigolier.
Me at UFF Podcast.
And we'll see you guys. See you guys next time.
Sounds good. Until then, though, enjoy the Final Fantasy on Switch grind.